Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter Rise video. Today we're going to be breaking down what the Wirebug is, how it works, and how to effectively add this new tool to your hunting tactics. Wirebugs are an integral part of your hunter's toolkit and offer a plethora of mobility options as well as some new attacks. Now it's important to remember that Wirebug moves rely on Wirebug charges. These charges cost Wirebugs, but don't fret, these bugs will recover over time. The ZL button is what we like to call the Wirebug button. Pressing ZL in conjunction with other buttons will allow you access to a wide variety of moves. Some of these will allow you to reposition, outmaneuver and hunt your prey in diverse and unique methods. We're going to take a few moments to break these moves down so that you're fully prepared for the hunts ahead. Now before we go any further, it's important to remember that these moves are contextual and will change depending on whether your weapon is sheathed or drawn. Let's start with those available to you with your weapon sheathed. Pressing ZL and A on the ground will send you hurtling forward in the direction that your hunter is facing. This ability allows for fast repositioning either towards or away from the threats your hunter may be facing. Pressing ZL and X on the ground will send you in a diagonally upwards trajectory. This is an incredibly useful ability that will help you get aerial advantage over your targets, or quickly reposition to avoid incoming grounded attacks. Holding ZL and then pressing ZR will fire a Wirebug in the direction of your reticule. This will propel you in that direction with greater precision than any of the other methods. In the air, pressing ZL and ZR again will operate exactly as before. However, pressing A or X whilst airborne will operate somewhat differently. Pressing ZL and X will keep you airborne and allow you to travel in the direction your hunter is facing. This is incredibly useful for maintaining mobility while staying airborne. Whereas ZL and A will send you diagonally towards the ground. This is perfect for those wanting access to grounded attacks and moves at a moment's notice. If you're having trouble remembering all of these, think of them like this. ZL and X will either get you airborne and keep you there, and that using ZL and A will keep you grounded or get you there. Pressing A whilst airborne will cause you to halt momentum and utilise a Wirebug to hang in the air. From here you can evade in a chosen direction by tilting the left stick and pressing B. This is an excellent manoeuvre for repositioning, recovering stamina and taking evasive action. When knocked off your feet by monster attacks, you can use the wireful technique to dust yourself off and get back into the fray. Press ZL and B whilst knocked over to reposition and save yourself from a monster's onslaught of attacks. Performing a wire dash when facing a wall will allow a hunter to perform a wall run. From there, you can traverse sideways or upwards, but at the cost of your stamina. Whilst wall running, your hunter will have access to other moves such as wall jumps or attacks.
This is for my fellow hunters!
With your weapon readied, you'll have access to unique Wirebug assisted moves, known as Silk Bind. Silk Bind attacks can be triggered by pressing ZL and X or A, depending on your weapon's moveset. Ranged weapons can trigger these moves by holding R and pressing X or A whilst their weapon is drawn. We hope you've enjoyed this brief overview of the basics of using the Wirebug. We hope you'll take this knowledge and develop it even further when you get your hands on Monster Hunter Rise, which arrives on Nintendo Switch March 26, 2021. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter Rise video. Today, we're going to be breaking down what Wyvern Riding is, how it works, and how to effectively add this new ability to your hunting tactics. Wyvern Riding is a new technique developed by the Camera Village Hunters, using iron-bind silk to puppeteer large monsters. This powerful addition to your arsenal takes a bit of preparation and has a few nuances, so let's break it down. Now, before you can ride any monster, you'll have to bring it down to a susceptible condition where you can latch on iron-bind silk and take command. This is called a mountable state.
You listen to me now!
You can secure a mount by dealing enough damage with Wirebug jumping attacks, using silk-bind moves, letting monsters wear each other down in battle, or even using certain endemic life. Once you've taken the reins, you can control the monster in a variety of ways. You can freely roam around the map by holding R and moving the left stick. You can also have the monster dish out light or heavy attacks by pressing X or A. And even perform evasive maneuvers with the B button. In a pinch, you can also perform an emergency evade, but that will cost you 1 Wirebug gauge. However, emergency evading right before an incoming attack will fill your Wyvern Riding gauge. We're going to talk more about this gauge later. If you're looking to deal some serious damage to the monster you're currently riding, you can press the Y button to launch it forward and dismount.
See ya!
This will topple the monster if it hits an obstacle or another monster. Proficient hunters can even chain together multiple launches by pressing the B button right as the collision happens. This will cost Wirebugs, so proceed with caution.
Bye-bye! This is for my fellow hunter!
Now, you can't ride a monster forever. The Wyvern Riding timer will tell you how much time you have left on your current mount. Landing attacks on other monsters will recoup some of that time spent, but if your mount gets hit, you'll lose a good chunk of time. The big gauge on the centre of the screen is known as the Wyvern Riding gauge. Attack other monsters and perfectly evade incoming moves to fill this gauge. Once filled, you'll be able to perform a mounted Punisher by pressing X and A together. The window for you to execute that command is small, but the payoff is huge. After a mounted Punisher, you'll automatically dismount the monster. Each monster has its own unique attacks available when mounted. Whether you're looking to topple your targets, or dish out devastating damage to another monster, the Wyvern Riding technique has you covered with plenty of options. When you're out on the hunt, keep a lookout for other monsters nearby, as they can help you turn the tides of battle. We hope you enjoyed this brief overview of the basics of Wyvern Riding. We hope you'll take this knowledge and develop it even further when you get your hands on Monster Hunter Rise, which arrives on Nintendo Switch March 26, 2021.
That'll do for now.
We've
This is gonna be